Hey everybody, it's Stephanie from Nanny Tees, and welcome to Fix My Nanny Life, where you send in questions and I respond via video. So if you have a question, make sure you either inbox it to me or email me at info@nannytees.com. Okay, here's the first question. I have a family that has reached out to me. They are looking for care for their 8.5-month-old son. They are asking for 45 hours a week and a weekly rate instead of an hourly rate. I've never been asked for weekly, nor have I been asked to work over 40 hours regularly. How would I go about figuring out a weekly rate? So I am anti-weekly rates because the hours can fluctuate. So let's say this week you want me to work 45 hours, and then the next week you want me to work 60. Are you still just gonna pay me that weekly rate? So say the rate is $1,000 a week. So if I work 60 hours, are you still going to pay me $1,000? Or are you going to pay me for the extra 15 hours that I work? So for your protection and by law, you are required to be paid overtime any hours worked after 40 hours. So it's supposed to be time and a half. So if they only want to pay you the $1,000 for 45 hours, you need to make sure that that includes the 40 hours plus 5 hours of time and a half. So I'm anti just weekly rate. And then you also need to make sure, I believe, to ask for guaranteed hours, because if you do go hourly and let's say this week they want 20, the next week they want 30, the next week they want 45, this is why I'm really big on contracts. So I personally would have a conversation and say, hey, this is, by law, I'm supposed to be paid time and a half. So if you would like to include that in the 45 hours, let's say your rate is $18 an hour and for the first 40 and then 5 hours of overtime, then that can be included in the weekly rate. But anything over that is time and a half pay. So make sure you have everything written out in contract and protect yourself. So that's what I would do. Have a contract, have a contract, have a contract. Research laws. Listen, there are wonderful nanny payroll services out there that I'll send you guys one. I'll put it in the description. There's Homework Solutions, and they explain all of that with household employee pay rate, how to do overtime, all that stuff, just for your protection and just to make sure you're getting a fair deal. Because I would hate for you to take this job and they say you're working 45 hours and they're late an hour every day and they don't want to pay you for the extra hour. That's not fair. That's not fair to you. So make sure you have everything in writing. Look up a payroll company. I'll post one below. And don't be afraid to have a conversation, because I believe if a family really, really wants you, they'll be willing to work with you, and tell them, be ready to explain why you prefer hourly over the weekly rate. It's just fair. You want to be fair. You want to be treated well, and of course do your job well. At the same time, you don't want to be overworked and underpaid. Like, they'll say it's only 45 hours, but we know stuff happens. There's traffic. Somebody gets off work late. I don't know. They ask you to come in an hour early. You need to be compensated for all of your time. So that's my answer. Yeah, don't be afraid to speak up, have a conversation, have a contract, and do what you got to do. So if you guys are looking for sample contracts, sample stuff for your resume, I have tons of resources online available. Make sure you sign up for my email list at nannytees.com. I have tons of pop-up sales. I'm having one this weekend. So sign up for my email list at nannytees.com and take part of all the goodies, okay? Because the best thing you want to do is invest in yourself so that you can be the best nanny and also be treated as a professional nanny, okay? So I look forward to chatting with y'all again. Send me your questions to info@nannytees.com and I will try to get to them as soon as possible. Alrighty, have a good one.